Are you going to buy something such as Plex? Always enter code Aceface into the Creator Code tab here. This makes it so that 5% of the earnings go to me and doesn't cost you anything extra. I would appreciate it a lot. Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. In EVE Online, I've been doing a lot of intense farming recently, so you might see here that we're only on 1.2 billion ISK. We've had a bit higher ISK balance before, but the thing is, I have been doing heavy farming and I've been investing that ISK into my ships, my Gila ship. So what I've been doing is I've been doing electricals, and I wanted to talk to you guys about the electrical abyssal filaments, because the electrical abyssal filaments are a weather of abyssal dead space, which I've overlooked quite a lot the last couple of years. I've been using it a lot in my T0 to T6 Abyss series because the electricals are very good in that they boost your capacitor, make it easier for you to fit a lot of tank modules and sustain all the tank. But I've been talking a lot about, like, the last couple of years, that the electricals are not the absolute best because they cost quite a lot. If we look here, chaotic electrical filament, you see their price is not the cheapest, they're quite expensive. The downside also with this is that you can use, say, a Gila, and a Gila is able to get a very big bonus to its missiles and drones, while in the electric can't get a bonus to the missiles because the electrical filaments, they reduce EM resistance. The Gila doesn't have any bonuses to EM missiles. So if you're using it in a Gila, then the exotic filaments are a lot quicker, and the exotic filaments are a bit cheaper. However, the electricals are easier to run. Oh, the price actually has even gone up a little bit. I was just checking a few days ago and there were a few million less. Look at that. So what I've been doing is I've been doing Abyss, the T5 electrics. And it's a long time since I did T5 electrics. T5 electrics were the abyssal filament which I initially started off doing a long time ago. It was like the first type of filament that enabled me to go to T5 just because they were so easy to do. And for the last couple of years, I've not really been doing them so much because just of how expensive they are. But it's pretty cool to see that actually there's a similar price to the exotics. So that is also another idea why electrics can be good to run nowadays. But the reason why I have been doing more electricals is that in a situation where you've got a lower budget, the electricals are very useful because you can get away with a lot cheaper ships. Because this is the ship I've been using. I've been using this one here because I've been developing a lot of fits, and I am actually going to make a new T0 to T6 progression of fit guide because this is really good actually. So I've been using this one here, T5 elec Starter Gila. Only 680 million ISK for doing T5s. This one works really good. It requires, however, to have good skills. You need to have good skills, and sometimes you need to use these synth blue pill and agency hard shell boosters. Sometimes. But I mean, look at that price. Pretty good price. You're earning T5. I earned this back so quickly. So what happened was, just a few days ago, I think it was four days ago, I bought this ship. And I started doing the T5s. So then I started earning it. So I was on a little bit over 2 billion ISK. So I bought this ship. And then I started farming away. And just within a few days, I was able to get my ship to be this one here. I had a few lucky loot drops, though. One of them is this crazy module here, unstable large cap battery mutaplasmid. I've got one of these previously as well. I got another one of them I want to show you guys in a bit. But I got some really good loot drops. And I quickly upgraded my Gila then, just within a few days of farming, to T5 electrical Gila full fit. 1.6 billion ISK. And this ship absolutely demolishes the T5 electrics. I do them so quickly. So quickly I do them. So there's nothing crazy about this fit. It's nothing new really. It's just a shield boost Gila fit that capitalizes the electrical filaments capacitor bonus, so it enables you to do the T5s really quickly. I'm talking like 12-minute completion times, 11-minute completion times. Often I'm doing them. It's so quick. I use some implants as well. I don't even use a full high-grade crystal set here. I just used a few of them. This has allowed me to do the T5 so quick. So I do this really good in this fit here. I've even made some further upgrades to this fit. I've just added a few extra implants because I got enough money so quickly. I've got so much ISK from farming this fit here. So you can see here, I added some light missile and rapid launch. I managed to get enough money for that. And then the last few sites I did, I've been getting some pretty good loot drops as well. Some unstable large cap battery mutaplasmid. This is a crazily good mutaplasmid here. So we're just going to sell this dank loot we've got here, because I'm going to soon work my way up to get a T6 Gila, because I think this is a very good stepping stone to get the T6 exotic Gila, which I used to use a long time ago. I'm not feeling too comfortable doing the T6 electrics because the T6 electrics are a little bit slower, just due to what I was talking about before, how the kinetic missiles in the Gila are not bonused like electrical missiles are. But another big reason that I don't want to do the T6 electrics is look at this filament price. So expensive. Much better to do these T6 exotics. Here, the filament price actually matters a big deal. 60 million ISK for each run. It's too expensive. So my plan right now is I'm going to be farming these T5 electrics until I can afford this T6 Gila I've got here. It's very expensive, but it's really good. This is a really good fit here. Amazing. Earns over 400 million ISK now when you're running it optimally. So it'll take a bit of time, but I think I'll get to this pretty quickly considering how quick I'm doing stuff here. The rate at which I'm completing these T5 electrical sites is much quicker than my Zealot is doing and my T0 to T6 Abyss series. The Gila is just so quick, what we're doing right now. But I do think a little side note is maybe the completion time being so quick is probably because I'm not taking always the extraction nodes. I'm only taking them sometimes. So that could be a quite big reason why I'm doing them so quickly. But it's really efficient, really chill. And I've been overlooking the electrical filaments for such a long time because of how expensive they were. But I completely forgot how good they were because of how cheap the fits you can use, because you don't have to equip as expensive stuff. Like this full fit, the starter is the starting one, and the full fit is like the most optimal one. The starter Gila, you see here, using a flux coil to get some good capacitor, and then I'm using this GIST X-type large shield booster, which is a pretty affordable shield booster considering how powerful it is. 350 million ISK, and it gives a lot of shield boosting, 219 shield boosting. I've got a lot of rigs boosting the shield booster too. And look, I've just got Tech 2 multispectrums and a shield boost amplifier. And because I don't have to put really many capacitor modules apart from this one and this one, the electrical site takes care of my capacitor for me. So I'm able to do them in a very cheap fit here. And then the same thing goes with this optimal one. So the main difference between this and the optimal one is that I'm using 3 drone damage amplifiers. So you can see here, drone damage amplifiers, but then I have to compensate that with some implants, and then I add a little bit extra capacitor, the recharge rate here, because I removed that module right there. So this fit is also using a little bit more expensive module, one C-type multispectrum shield hardener, but the other one is just Tech 2. So what I mean is, the electrics allow you to really use cheaper ships, and I've been sort of brushing them off for a long time, but I really think that it's actually a good idea for new players to start doing more of them. I hope they don't go too much up in price for me making this video, but the electrics, I really recommend them if you want to get into abyssal sites. It's what I got into a long time ago, many years ago, but I sort of forgot about them, and I'm going to make a lot of videos showing you guys how much success I'm having in them as of lately. I think they're a lot easier to run than the other filaments I've been doing recently. For example, the hybrid Gila I've been using, you need a T4 hybrid Gila. This one is really good. It's better than than like doing T4 electrics in many ways, because this is cheaper than the T5 Chaotic, the T5 electric Gila I've got. So that's one thing. But this is then just doing T4s. However, it's doing T4 Firestorms. So the T4 Firestorm allows you to get more profit per run and that the filament is very cheap. However, you just spend a few 100 million ISK more, and you can do T5 electrics, and I think you will be getting a little bit extra ISK power when doing T5 electrics compared to T4 Firestorm. Even though T4 Firestorm, see here, Raging Firestorm filament, they're so cheap. I still think the extra loot from the T5s will counteract this low filament cost of the T4 Firestorms. But this is still a good fit, I think. But to be honest, I think as someone starting out, I'd prefer to use the T5 electric, because then the T5 electric Gila I was using before, because then I'll sort of scale more towards the T6 exotic one that I, in my opinion, believe to be the most optimal fit to use in the T6 Abyss. So that's a little bit stuff I've been doing. Got the nice loot which we're going to sell right now. Sell these dank loot we've got. So I think I'll be buying soon some more implants, possibly. Possibly some capacitor implants. We'll see. Not 100% sure, because the thing is, my ship right now, it runs the sites perfectly fine. So I feel like it might be a little bit unnecessary to just slap more ISK onto my ship. But I am trying to collect a full high-grade crystal implant clone. So it could be an idea that I buy some of the implants for it. We'll see. I'll wait a little bit before I spend too much ISK. But to get the full high-grade crystal implant clone, which will be needed for T6, I need this item here, Epsilon, and Omega here. So I mean, I could buy it technically, but I'll wait a little bit until I do that. And then I might want to buy a capacitor implant as well, because that can be useful. You can get a capacitor implant, get a little bit extra capacitor buff. See here, capacitor and capacitor recharge rate is in slot 8, so I'll be able to fit in there. Could be useful too. Okay, so I just wanted to talk to you guys about the fits I've been using recently and how good T5 electrics are, and we'll be seeing a lot more footage of them in the future. I wanted to show a bit of the dank loot I've been getting, and just wanted to share some feelings and experiences I've had with you guys as of recently. It's been so great. We'll be seeing more very soon. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned something new. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.